Hello and welcome to another video. So in today's video, we are going to look at tracking your time and why tracking your time, okay, is important. Now, we need to track our time so that we know exactly where we are wasting our time, right? And I'm going to give you a bit of a framework of how you can do this in a moment here. But essentially what we want to do is we want to track everything that we do for 24 hours, right? And then we want to categorize this in buckets, put it into buckets, and then we want to see where we allocate or where we're spending a lot of our time so we can allocate less time to that. So the first thing that I like to do is, and you should be doing this weekly or monthly at least, okay, tracking your time, is I like to set a timer on my phone, okay, for 30 minutes. So what you're going to do is you're going to, let's do it in another color, you're going to set a 30-minute timer. Okay, 30-minute timer on your phone. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a pen and paper. You can open a Google Doc. You can do it maybe on a tablet like me over here if you want. Okay, but you're going to write down your day. So from the time you wake up. So for example, I wake up at 3:30 in the morning. So for me, it would be like 3:30 a.m. Okay, and then from there, every 30 minutes, I'm going to time. So I'm going to go 4, and then, 4:30, 5, 5:30, and so on and so forth until I get to when I sleep, right? So that varies. Most of the time I go to sleep, let's say at around, 9. So 9 would be 21, eh? If we're on a 24-hour clock, it would be 21, or you can say 9 p.m. Up to you, okay? And essentially what I'm going to be doing is from this point of view, I'm going to say sleep, okay? And over here, I'm going to say, I'm going to wake up, okay? At the time I wake up. Not hitting the snooze button, just getting up and telling my character, hey, listen here, this is what we're doing today, get up and go. And then from there, from 3:30 to 4, I'm going to track what I do, okay? So that might be, shower and stuff, so I'll be getting ready. From 4 to 4:30, I like to break my fast with some protein before gym so that my body doesn't go catabolic and break my muscle down, right? So I'll eat, okay, and I'll be traveling, okay, to gym. And then from 4:30 to 5:30, I'm at gym. From 5:30 to 6, I'm usually in the sauna for 10 to 15 minutes. Then I shower and then I come home, right? And then from 6 to 7, I greet my kids and I start getting ready for my first meetings, and then from there I hit that's when the time needs to start, and I go for it flat out, okay? And then also when I'm planning my day, I'll do this day before, and at the bottom, okay, like of my piece of paper or whatever, I'll have let's say what I need to do, right? So it's called your productivity matrix. Okay, and this will be 3 very important things that I need to do, most important outcomes, right? And I'll write those down. Okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, and I need to do this. Then I'll take each and every single one of those things. Let's say this is number 1, okay, and then, I would be going up into here, right? And I can get a separate piece of paper and I'll say, okay, for number 1, okay, I need to do this, 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 and this, and this. Okay, and I project that I'm going to do it from, this time to this time to this time to this time, and so on and so forth. And I'm going to do the same for number 2. I'm going to do the same for number 3. I'm going to list them out, and then I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to fill that in, right? So if I need to make a YouTube video, I might spend some time, setting up. Maybe I get something to drink beforehand, make sure that my throat is nice and cleared, make sure that I'm in a good space, and then I'm going to come and I'm going to put that in here, right? So I'm going to say prepare for the first 30 minutes, and then I'm going to, for the next hour, I'm going to be recording, and then I'm going to do some course content, and I'm going to do that, and so on and so forth. And really, this way we can kind of audit exactly what we've been doing. And then we're just going to come in here, and we're going to take another color, and we're going to say, okay, we worked from here, and we worked here, and we worked here, and we worked here, and then we're going to come and we're going to write this down, okay? And we're going to say hours. Okay, and we're going to put 8 if we worked 8 hours. Okay, we're going to say what our focus was. Okay, we're going to say how much time we spent with things. Okay, so on and so forth. And we're going to kind of rate this, right? And rate this day. It'll also say productivity. Okay, and we're going to see how productive we really were. And we're going to give ourselves a rating, right? We're going to say, okay, did I use my time effectively? Like yes or no. Focus level, maybe our focus was at a 30%. Maybe our productivity was at like a 40%. Okay, and if we really want to get like technical with this, what we can do is we can add these two numbers over here and we can divide it by 2, and then we can give ourselves an overall percentage at the top of here. Boom. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to be able to rate each and every single day. When we go back, we're able to audit our life, because every single day we should be auditing the day before, right? We can also write, how we felt, maybe over here, like, and we can say maybe how many calls we did. Okay, or booked appointments. Okay, that's really, if you're starting out, the only two things that you want to really track, and you want to say how many did, like you did, and then you can also like say how many times you got distracted. Okay, this is how we can practice how to focus, right? So meditation, very good tool to practice how to get focused. We sit nice, calm, centered, no distraction, no noises around us. And what we really want to do is we want to sit and just focus on our breath for 20 minutes, set a time on our phone. Don't worry about anything until the timer goes off. And we really want to focus on bringing our attention back to being present, right? So we're going to sit. It's going to be hard in the beginning. Our attention is going to go away. We're going to bring it back. It's going to go away. We're going to bring it back. It's going to drift, and we're going to bring it back again, right? And by doing this, we're really exercising the part of our brain that's, to do with focus, because what social media does is it atrophies that part of our brain. So we don't want that part of our brain to atrophy. And what we're really going to do is we're really going to sit and we're going to practice on how to get focused. And then in the day, because we're catching ourselves doing that in our meditation, we're going to be able to come here and we're going to give ourselves a tally. So we're going to say every single time we got, distracted, and we're going to add them up at the end of the day, and we're going to say, okay, fine, I got distracted 10 times today, and tomorrow I'm going to try and bring that number down by 1. Okay, that's what I want to do. I want to minus that by 1. So the next day, I only want to get distracted if I do get distracted 9 times. And we're going to really focus on improving this, right? Because what gets measured gets improved on. So guys, this has just been a quick little video on how you should be tracking your time. Obviously, there's more moving parts to this. You can get really technical and beautiful with how you want to do it. But I thought that I'd just pop on here and give you some tips on how I do it, right? And this is how I do it. And I've given you the whole breakdown on how I really do my calendar, okay, and how I do income producing activities, future income producing activities, and pretty much just non-income producing activities, right? Because no matter what you think, right, we've all got a certain amount of time in our day. Really, you're going to be asleep for 8 of them. Maybe for 6 of them, you're going to be doing things that don't make you go insane, right? So that leaves you with so you've got 14 hours here, and that leaves you with 10, so you have to minus 10. Or the difference between that, you have to add 10 to this, and that's really what you have, and that's your 24 hours, right? So you've now got really 10 hours to work on your business and be productive, right? Because for 8 of those hours is sleep, okay, and 6 of those hours to do things that don't make you go mental, right? So like relaxing and socializing, stuff like that, right? Eating and so on and so forth. So really what you're left with is 10 really hours where you can be focused and productive, right? The thing about it, and I spoke about it in another video, is if you are productive, right? So let's say you have 10 units of, time. So you have 10 hours to do a task, and you have 2 units of focus, right? While your output is going to be 20 units of productivity. And the better you get over here, you can halve this, right? So you're spending less time on the task. So a task that would take you 10 hours can take you 5 hours if you have 4 units of productivity, of focus. 4 units of focus. So we can really see here, okay, that we need to compete on focus, because the better focused we are, okay, the better our productivity is going to be, right? We can achieve the same units of productivity by doubling our focus and then halving our time. So that is how important focus is. And really, this is a tool to help us stay focused, right? To help us stay accountable, because we know once we are tracking our time, at the end of this exercise, what you want to do is you want to go on here and you want to see, okay, if I spend 2 hours on Netflix, okay, and like 1 hour on Instagram, you're gonna say, like, let's say social media, you spend 2 hours on, and this is a bucket, by the way, you spend 2 hours on Instagram, 1 hour on TikTok, and that's 3 hours here, right? And then let's say Netflix, or like videos, like this can be YouTube even, right? Stuff that's not educational, stuff that's distracting, and you spend 3 hours on Netflix binge watching the stuff, and 2 hours on YouTube, that's 5 hours, right? So yeah, we can see that we're wasting 8 hours of our day and we only have 10 to be productive and grow our businesses. How the hell are we going to do that in 2 hours? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's complete lunacy. You can't do that. But you can only find this out, okay, by doing this exercise. So you have to be writing it down. Every 30 minutes, you need to track what you did for that time and be brutally honest with yourself. If you were sitting, staring out a window, not being productive, write that down. Write that, then create a bucket called distraction, and then say, look down here, I got distracted so many times. And that's eating into my time that I have every year to be productive. And I need to be focused, dialed in for these 10 hours. Okay. Now we can really see where our time is going and where we're wasting time and why we are not productive, right? Because, when you are scared or when you are fearful of something, right? Fear comes from the unknown. So you need to make the unknown known, right? It comes from a lack of knowledge. So when you have the knowledge, you can now change the whole thing, the whole story. And now you realize, okay, it's all up to me. It's no one else, right? No one's going to come and save me. So, guys, I hope that this has been an informative video for you. I thought I'd just hop on here and teach you how to track your time. And on that, I will see you in another video. Until then, bye-bye.